Gail, thanks for joining Undercurrent. What's the state of the restaurant business here in Western Australia? Are we in a healthy position?
Well, I think that the restaurant industry at the moment is disgustingly healthy. It's amazing. It was sick, very sick for quite some time. When I first started, if a new restaurant opened up, everyone would get very excited about it. We'd probably get a new one about once every 3 months. But now what's happening is there seems to be a new restaurant opening every week. And literally, I was skipping down the street last Friday night because I was so excited about what's happening in Perth, because we've seen the days of no one going out in Perth. You could shoot a gun down St George's Terrace. And just last Friday night, there were people spilling out of all the bars and new restaurants.
What is it that makes a good restaurant? Is it the ambience? Is it the food?
It's a combination of everything, really, and it starts with ambience. And a restaurant can have a great ambience, and we do know of a few restaurants around the place that have fantastic views, and they have well-dressed staff, they tick all the right boxes in that area. But if you haven't got the good food, they're not going to get people going there. And as I said about the number of restaurants opening up now, there's so many of them, and I do wonder whether there's enough people to support them, because there have been some that I've been to the openings of recently, and I've gone back a couple of days later, the restaurant's empty.
When you're writing for the Sunday Times, are you aware of the effect that it can have on a restaurant? It can make and break it?
Very conscious, yeah, very. I mean, I've had some things happen during restaurant reviews, and I have realised, oh look, I can't go back 5 times because we just can't afford to do that. So you have to weigh that into the review. I don't want to get a reputation as being the most feared critic in Perth. I'd like to get the reputation as being the fairest critic. I tried to put my experience into context and hope the reader looks at it and can perhaps read between the lines. And I don't think that I'd actually like to be able to say on my CV, oh look, I was responsible for a restaurant closing down because of one bad experience.
Well, Gail, we're at Sweet Lips Fish and Chips in Leederville. Probably not the normal restaurant that you would be reviewing, but let's go and critique some of the food.
Can't wait.
I hope you didn't have lunch.
I did actually.
Did you?
Doesn't matter.
So what are we looking for in the fish?
I'm looking for a very thin batter, and a batter that actually sticks to the fish, not that comes off and falls apart. That's not good at all, because when you bite into it, you want the crispness of the outside contrasting with the soft texture of the fish. Did you give it a squeeze of lemon? That makes all the difference.
Well, Gail, thanks for joining Undercurrent and giving us a bit of an insight into the life of a food critic. I think we've done all right here today.
We've had a ball, haven't we?
Yeah.
That is really good, seriously good.